So you're thinking about moving to Atlanta and you've heard Johns Creek is a great place to live. I would agree, but that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. In addition to showing you some really cool attractions in the area, we're going to take you around to a bunch of different properties so you get a feel for Johns Creek, and we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Atlanta, Georgia, well then subscribe below and ring the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know when we release new content and you can stay up to date on the Atlanta market. My name's Denny. The team and I get calls each and every day from people just like you looking to make the move to Atlanta, and we absolutely love it. So whether you move in next week, next year, or anytime in between, call, text, email, schedule a Zoom. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Atlanta. As I mentioned, I'm here in Johns Creek and I'm actually in one of my favorite spots. This place is called Newtown Park. One of the things I love about it is this cool dog park. Let me show you this. Look at that. Look at all those people and all those doggies playing. Right behind me you have some basketball courts, but here at the park you have walking trail, lacrosse, basketball, dog park, tennis, baseball, playgrounds, like literally everything you can possibly imagine. This is by far one of my favorite parks. We live all the way on the other side of Alpharetta. My kids ask us all the time to drive them all the way over here to this park, so you can see why it's a really great attraction. As I mentioned in this video, we're going to take you around to a couple of different properties and a couple of different price points, see if something fits in your budget, and then if you stick around to the end, we'll circle back and we'll do a market update and expand on things like, you know, the population here is 85,000. Median household income is about 126,000. Average home price is right over 600,000, about 625,000. So we're going to dive into those, as well as a lot of the history and the demographics and the market, what's going on here in Johns Creek, cool things to do. It's a very thriving golf, tennis, outdoor, family-oriented, great schools, very culturally diverse, and an international international community. So we're going to get into all that, but first let's go check out some homes. All right, on this stop in Johns Creek, I might go out on a limb and say this is the best one you're gonna see in the 400s. At least it has been on my trip. Oh, it looks like the doggies are not happy with me, so they're over there barking. But the thing I love about this neighborhood is while it was built in the early 90s, it looks like the majority of these homes have been updated, renovated. They're very well maintained. You can see that even the house here, it's got, looks like a fresh coat of paint on the exterior. Most of them take a lot of pride in their home ownership, and as I look around, I see, you know, it's just one really nice home after another, and this one is no different. The house is actually right here behind me. I don't love yellow on the exterior, but that's an easy fix. As I always say, you can always put paint on a house. But what is not cheap or easy is that the inside of this has been completely updated. So you have stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, nice fresh light paint on the walls. So the home looks great inside and out. It's in a fabulous school system or school zone. So the schools around here are really, really good. You're only 2 miles, just 2 miles, maybe 8 minutes in a car to Halcyon, which means you're also 8 minutes to 400 because Halcyon is right off of 400. And so shopping, dining, entertainment, fun, activities, the greenway, all of that is in close proximity. So I think that is a fabulous property in today's market. On to the next one. All right, with this Johns Creek home, we are reaching the top of the 600s. It's listed at 690,000. Before I show it to you, I always hate trash day. You know what I mean? Because all the trash cans are all down the street. It makes it looks like they're that like they are like that all the time, which they're not. One day out of the week, everybody puts their trash out, then they all put it back up. Pro tip: if you ever wonder which trash service to use, just look at all the trash cans down the side of the road. You'll usually find 2 or 3 vendors All of your neighbors have done the research for you. Those are the ones you should call and talk to. This is a really nice home behind us. That's not the one that's for sale. It looks like they're putting in a pool and it's been recently renovated, which is nice. Neighborhood looks great. This is towards the top of the 600s. Like I said, 690,000. This is the subject property right here behind me. It's 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, 2,500 square feet. It's listed at $690,000 here in Johns Creek, but I'd say everything about it is great. The lawn looks amazing. The front and the back very well manicured. Landscaping is on point. The home, if you want to be on trend, you could maybe paint the exterior. Same thing on the interior. All the functionality, all the features, everything that you would expect in a home like this, with the exception of, you know, design trends change. And so the flooring's amazing, but the wall colors in a couple of places, you could spruce those up. The cabinets could be painted. And really, there's rarely a home that stands the test of time. Anytime you go through a 10, 15, 20 year cycle, you're gonna have multiple trends changing as it relates to colors. And even now, like this all white thing, that's a bit going away. It's actually going a little bit back towards some gray shades and some brown shades more so. And even in the high-end luxury, you're getting into, you know, navies and dark grays and blacks for accent pieces, and even colored appliances. Believe it or not, white appliances are in, as well as other colors. So that's 690,000 here in Johns Creek. On to the next one. All right, this Johns Creek home is amazing. So you'll see me in a lot of videos critique, you know, the homes and kind of give you feedback on pricing or room for improvement, things of that nature. And even the last home I looked at 900, you know, it was a nice home, but it was a bit dated, and it's hard, you know, for some people to stomach spending $900,000 and then needing to do anything, even if it's as minimal as paint. And so I'm gonna swing around right here, and as you can see right behind me, that is the property that we're talking about. This neighborhood has some construction still going on. Most of the homes in this area were built in 2018. So it's 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms. It's right at 4,000 square feet. And I don't know if you can see it, but up there's even like a 3rd floor bedroom, bathroom, storage area. Everything about it from a design perspective, the granite, the countertops, butler's pantry, oversized spa-like master, the paint colors, the fixtures, finishes, everything about it screams like on trend in terms of the design. And I just think it's a beautiful home. Nice private lot on the side and in the back. And I don't know if you can see this, but some of these homes have garages right there, and then some of them don't, like that. So you have a private entrance in the back with your garage back there. But of all the homes I've seen in this price point in Johns Creek thus far, that is my favorite. And let me know, which one's your favorite? Drop it in the comments below. And if you get any value from these videos, like smash the thumbs up button so everybody else knows that you like it as much as I do. So we'll get to that market recap in a second, but I'm here at one of my favorite coffee shops here in Johns Creek. It's called Devine. It's really cool the way they got this laid out. So obviously this is the counter, food, coffee, that kind of stuff. Back here you've got open seating. They've got a couple of different environments. I love the different furniture that they've used too. It's kind of a little mashup of all different stuff. Over in that corner there's like a private conference room that you can rent. So let me grab a coffee and I'll get that market report. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed that tour. I'm here at Devine, like I said, got my coffee in hand. That is Devine too. I love coffee. You probably already know that by now. That and craft beer, but I think it's too early in the day for a beer on a Tuesday. But anyway, I've got some note here just to keep me straight. I wanna, like I promised give you a little bit of insight into the market here in Johns Creek, and obviously you've just seen a variety of homes in a bunch of different price points. Hopefully you saw kind of what your money would buy. I would point you to our other videos on Johns Creek, where we break down like a couple of options in the 400s, a couple in the 500s, 600, 700. That way you can get a little bit better of an idea, but at least that's a broad, general example of a couple of different properties here in the Johns Creek area. And you may or may not have heard this, but it's literally the number 7th hottest real estate market in the entire country right now in the first half of 2022. So this place is really growing, it's booming, and here's why I believe. It doesn't have like a proper downtown area like a downtown Alpharetta or Duluth or Roswell or one of those, but there's plenty of shopping and dining and entertainment and all the things you need within your daily life. And then you're just a short, maybe 10 to 20 minutes from Duluth or Alpharetta's downtown area, so you can get there in about the same time as you could, depending on where you lived, if you lived in those areas. So you still have good proximity to those kind of like downtown areas, but you have everything else you could need: shopping, dining, great schools. The area is really known for, there's a thriving tennis community. Alta, Atlanta, I don't know what Alta stands for, ALTA, but it's something to do with tennis, I can tell you that. Jason, he's on the team, he would definitely know. There's lots of golf courses around here. I mentioned St. Marlowe's, but you've got the Atlanta Athletic Club, St. Ives, River Pines, Country Club of the South, Rivermont, the Standard. You even had like one of the PGA Tour championship tournaments was here not too long ago. And so you've got a thriving tennis community, golf community, you have really great schools, lots of outdoor activities. You've got the Big Creek Greenway, you've got Autry Nature Preserve, you've got Newtown Park, which you see on a lot of the videos about Johns Creek. My family loves Newtown Park. So you've got lots of outdoor activities, and you have a really thriving international community. I looked up the demographics really quick. Johns Creek is 48% white, 11% black, 30% Asian, which does not surprise me. So you're talking about Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese, a lot of the different Asian, a lot large Indian population. So 30% Asian and 7% Hispanic. The average home is $625,000. You may have figured that out on the tour. And average median household income's at $125,000. And so I wouldn't say that Johns Creek is the most affordable suburb in Atlanta, but it's by far not the most expensive either. It's a really great area for families, for business, career, technology. They have a massive tech sector here, and it's got everything that you could want in your suburb kind of a lifestyle. It's not really gonna fit if you are into city living, because there's not a lot of this. Right down the street from here is the UFA soccer park. My daughter plays for that club, but at a different location, but big soccer park right down the street. So youth sports is going to be really big around the area. Schools are going to be really great. And I mentioned the international community. There's a huge international festival over at Newtown Park. They do a lot of stuff at that park because there's an amphitheater, so they have like a family festival, they have a fall festival, they have an international festival. There's one I'm missing, can't think of right off the top of my head, but they do lots of activations over at that park as well. And so whether you're living an active lifestyle or a family-oriented lifestyle, there's a large and diverse church community around the area. And I don't mean any specific religion or denomination. I mean there's every kind of church you can imagine around this area. You see them all over the place. Not to say that if you are an unbeliever, non-believer, whatever you want to call it, atheist, that you wouldn't be welcome. You would. There's plenty of those here too. But I've just noticed that there's a very diverse mix of cultures and churches that you see, and that's true in the demographics too. You may not know this, but the Chattahoochee runs through Johns Creek, and so there's a lot of access to the waterway and fishing and parks and recreation along the Chattahoochee as well as off of the Chattahoochee. So if you're into fishing, you can find your way to do that. And I think the people who find themselves landing in Johns Creek, really mix of not just people but activities, And so people from all walks of life end up here, and it doesn't surprise me at all that Johns Creek was the number 7 hottest real estate market thus far in 2022, and it doesn't surprise me that it's at the top of your list either. As usual, we appreciate all of our subscribers and our viewers. If you haven't subscribed below, then you should, so you can get notified when we release new content. You can stay on top of the market here in Atlanta and Johns Creek and other suburbs. I'd encourage you to check out some of our other suburb vlogs as well. If you haven't quite settled on Johns Creek, or if you have questions, drop those in the comments. If you got any value whatsoever, just like smash that thumbs up button. And if you don't feel comfortable asking the questions in the comments, or obviously if you're moving, whether it's next week or next year, anytime in between, call, text, email, send a carrier pigeon, schedule a Zoom, whatever is comfortable for you. And until we see you in person, we'll see you on the next episode.